Hi, it is iYikKam time again. So lately, there are many friends discuss with me on the Siu Lin Tau sets. So from breathing to how long it need to practice, and internal art and mind power, all sort of stuff. And that give me the inspirations to share with you what I'm going to share with you today. And what I'm going to share with you today belongs to all Wing Chun lineage. It's not about me or my lineage. Everybody have it. Okay. So once upon a time, this is what exists in the Siu Lin Tau sets, and I would like to encourage everybody to try it out. Okay. And since this is from the ancestor, then it is belongs to everybody. No, I'm not exclusive, as I keeping saying that I'm only one out of the 4 million Wing Chuners. Okay. So today I like to share with you 5 concepts within the Siu Lin Tau sets, which everybody have. Okay. However, before I'm going to share with you that, is that I like to share with you many different things which is needed, prerequisite to this 5 concepts. Okay. Number 1, it is usual whenever Wing Chun get into the discussion of Siu Lin Tau, then people say, oh, this is Qigong, this is internal art, this is same with Tai Chi, this is same with meditations, and then you can see all the terms like the Qi, the Tai Chi way of breathing, the mind power, the mindfulness, or the counting of breath, all sorts of things come up. And then some will say, oh yeah, you know, this is we need to hold our elbow in such way, and so forth, so forth. Well, in reality, a lot of this terminology like Tai Chi, like Qigong, like mindfulness, it is just term. In fact, people who talk about it doesn't understand what it is. Okay? And it's not just in Wing Chun. You can see around all the internal martial art or the Qigong people. Okay? For past 100 years or so forth. Okay? It is in the same chaotic situations. For example, people talk about mindfulness, and they say, oh yeah, you need to count the breath, practice count the breath meditation for mindfulness. So you do that in the Siu Lin Tau. Guess what? Really? In China, the Zen guy, the Zen master, is laughing at those who practice counting of breath, and they are laughing, saying that, are you trying to be an accounting, studying accounting, trying to be an accountant, or what? You try to count your breath. How can counting the breath get you into the mindfulness state? This is reality. What happened is that counting breath is only a very, very pre-practice of meditation. It's not even entering into the state yet. It's just a preparations. Okay. So counting a breath is really low level preparations. It's not about, you know, the samadhi or anything, mindfulness, those kind of stuff. So one can keep counting the breath for a whole lifetime. How many of them can get into the mindfulness? You look at the Chinese history. Okay, for past 1,000 of years, people are misleading into counting breath and go just stuck somewhere. Okay, number 1. The second thing is, there are people who don't understand Wing Chun, or maybe have a little bit some other internal arts or something, will say, oh, this is Tai Chi, the same with Tai Chi. Wing Chun has to be follow Tai Chi. Seriously? That's record in Chinese medical study, 1950s. Okay? That Tai Chi set creates stroke because they're keeping monkey around with the sets. Okay, not that of course there's good Tai Chi set, but a lot of set has really evolved into that situations. That means they do not know what they are doing too. Okay, and the Qigong, or even in Tai Chi, when people talk about what the 小周天, micro orbit, those things create stroke, violating the Huangdi Neijing or Yellow Emperor Classics. And even in the Grandmaster writing or the book of Tai Chi, we can find that the way how they taught or practice the Qi flow or the channel flow is violating the Yellow Emperor Classic and Chinese medicine practice. Okay? So, the term label Tai Chi is very vague, and it actually doesn't mean anything. Okay? Wing Chun don't need those kind of things. Okay? What if one really want to know about this internal style? Get the Yellow Emperor Classic. Okay? Because disregard 峨眉12庄 the 形意内功经 or iYikKam Siu Lin Tau all follow those things. Okay? So we don't need anybody's opinion. Okay? We want to look at facts. And then it comes with this practice of oh yeah, I need to do in this this so-called Yat Han San Fu section. You can do it for 15 minutes, 20 minutes. That is really, oh my God, because those kind of practice violating the Yellow Emperor Classic in terms of breathing, and violating a lot of human nature practice in the internal. Okay, it causes breathing to stuck and so forth thing, and it causes mind to have tunnel visions and stress. Okay, same with the mind power. It causes stress. It is not as what the internal art of the Chinese, ancient Chinese intended to. Okay. And then another thing is you say, oh yeah, you know, you just you need the body hold different way or different shape. That's issue again. Because the internal art, the Chinese internal art, talk about the three flow: the breathing flow, the full body, the channel flow, and the force flow. When we talk about Qigong, disregard of it is martial arts or it is healing art or meditation art. It has to do with breathing, which is Qi, also the channel flow of the meridians or the Indian chakra systems. Okay? So one cannot say, oh, mind power without talking about this addressing breathing. No way. Okay? If you want to talk about mind power, you have to talk about breathing. Look at even in Anapanasati, the Buddha's teaching when Buddha is in the world. Okay? It's breathing and the mind intertwine, become one. It's not about, oh yeah, I'm going to do this mind, and those are a lot of things of fantasy. Okay, and for past 100 years, a lot of so-called Chinese Qigong internal are in fact somebody's theory or speculation, never been proven. So do you think we in Wing Chun want to import that, put in our Siu Lin Tau, and screw everybody up? So if we don't look at the Siu Lin Tau properly, we are going to get our next generation into trouble. Okay? Now, in order to understand Siu Lin Tau, one needs the 6 core element, 13 state, and 3 system key as a basic. For example, if we study differential equations, because we need to study the law of motions and so forth, we need to know math, which is the addition, subtraction, divisions, and multiplications, integrations, and differentiation, 6 of them. And we need to really clearly understand what they are and be able to do the math. If we don't know this, we will not be able to solve the differential equations or even to be able to understand what's going on. Okay? Same with that. The 6, 13, 3, we formulate it up, create it for that purpose. Otherwise, we have this Siu Lin Tau, which is the jewels, art which is as beautiful and as precious as Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata or Picasso's portrait or Van Gogh's Starry Starry Night. But we are not able to understand what it is. So what good is that? We can keep speculations. Okay? And the set of Siu Lin Tau, it is not a ritual. It is not a religious ritual or practice or mimic, or is not as what we call the Chinese ballet. It is to develop the body for health and combat. The Chinese never like to use the term fighting, so they always say in a humble way, this thing is for health, to strengthen the body, and defense, self-defense. They never like to say this is for fighting. Okay? So they always say that. And Siu Lin Tau is for strengthen the body and defense. In other words, fighting, if we go straight forward for what it is, right? But the Chinese do not want to boast fighting because it is not right. Okay? Human society do not want to keep promoting fighting. Okay? And thus, the Siu Lin Tau set is developing and preparing one for the fighting situations. It's no joke. Okay? So because it is a fighting situations which is prepared for, the Wing Chun Siu Lin Tau set actually have 2 parts. One is the engine. The second, which is the fighting concept or the application concept. So you have the engine and the application concept, or sometimes they call it the Chinese is calling it the body of the art, which is the engine, and the fighting concept, which is the application of the art. Okay, so you have the body of the art and application of the art. As an analogy, if we are pedaling a bicycle, that bicycle is the engine. Okay, and then we learn the concept of how to pedal. Okay, with one wheel, or how you're going to go climb the stairs, or a whole bunch of stuff. This is concept or applications of art. Now, if we are riding a turbo motorcycle, then that turbo motorcycle is the engine, and you have a totally different applications concept compared with the bicycle. Okay, now Siu Lin Tau is like a turbo motorcycle. It is not a bicycle. So Siu Lin Tau need to handle the force flow, the breathing flow, and the channel meridian flow, because only that way, when they synchronize, you have a turbo engine. It is not pedal bicycle, like I have to put my my elbow this way, my body had to hold this way. Okay, so one is the bicycle, one is the turbo motorcycle. And for the bicycle, if one is pedaling a bicycle, using a bicycle, you can add in Tai Chi, mindfulness, breathing, whatever you want, Qigong, whatever you want. It's still a bicycle. Okay? But Wing Chun Siu Lin Tau is a turbo motorcycle. We need to know what it is. Okay? Okay. So let's go through the Siu Lin Tau. I want to give you a sample of it. What is happening inside that, the turbo engine. That's why you need the 3-flow. Okay? I'm going to show you, share with you the following thing, and use it in your lineage. Why? Because it is from the ancestor. Nobody exclusive. Every Wing Chuner have it. Okay? Now, the first thing I like to share with you, which is what I call the concept of applications. Okay? Concept of fighting or concept of applications. Okay? Now, I like to define what is the concept of applications. Concept of application meaning that it can change into or transform into different application, but it is the main concept of it. It's like coffee. You have the coffee, you can have a milk coffee, and you can do different sort of coffee. Okay, but you need to do the concept. And in Siu Lin Tau, it is like a really concentrated coffee. It can have a lot of different way of example or applications based on the different conditions. But we need to know the concept, and this 5 is the concept within the Siu Lin Tau set. Okay, and I want to share with all of us, let it surface here on. Okay, so we don't need all this import here, import there, from Tai Chi, from mindfulness, from Qigong, which we don't even know what it is. So the first 2 concepts, everybody know about this, is called So Fang, collect and release, collect and release, collecting and release. So Fang. Okay, the Chinese say So Fang Zi Ru, meaning that collect and receive is really naturally, smoothly. Okay, spontaneously. Okay. Now, before that, I like to tell you one thing. The whole Siu Lin Tau is an internal art by the definitions of the ancient Chinese. And internal art is defined as fully having the 6 core elements. Okay, that how clear is information I like to share with you. Now, so where is this So Fang from? It is this. This is Fang. This is So. This is release. This is collect. Okay? Now, in terms of the 3-flow, because we know that in order to run or ride a turbo motorcycle, we always need that 3-flow. The breathing flow, the channel flow, and the force flow. Let me show you this. So this is our laboratory, okay? Fang. Okay? Force flow is using the reaction force. Issue this way, that's the direction, the vector. Okay? So for you guys who missed my past YouTube, on the reaction force or 力從地起力從地起, please watch the force flow video. Okay? It's reaction force going outward. Okay, so the force flow traveling this way. The breathing is at axial phase, axial. So axial, the force flow this way, okay? The channel is flowing 3-inch channel from chest to the palm, okay? So because this 3 flow is synchronized, that is where the turbo comes. It's not this body I need to do anything, no. That is the turbo come, the flow. It is synchronized and play with, okay? So this is a strike, okay? Now, for the collect, this is actually sticking at him, sticking at what is coming, sensing and accepting. This is what this thing. That's why this is called Wu Sao. The flow of the force flow is to accept, to take it down, take the reaction force down. Sorry, take the action force from the opponent down to the ground. Kam yang locking, okay? Using the clamping yang to sink the force flow. Accept him, you just take him down, okay? Take his action force down, and if we want to issue back, we can use the reaction force to issue back. So this hand collect is actually accepting the opponent action force, Kam yang locking, using the clamping yang downward, okay? Anytime it's ready for the reaction force shooting. This is Wu Sao. In this Wu Sao, there is the force flow path coming in. The breathing is at inhale. Inhale. The Qi meridian flow is the 3 yang meridian flow from the fingertip towards the head. Okay? That is how the flow is. Watch out, the finger here, the thumb here has to be upright for that to flow. While for the release, the fang, the finger, the thumb is downward. When you thumb downward, this techniques is heavy. Thumb upward, your hand is light. So why do you need to light? Because if you are heavy, you cannot accept him. You cannot sense him. Okay? You cannot track him. Only if you are light, you can do that. And it's controlled by this thumb, which is related to your lung meridians and related to the phase of your breathing. Inhale. So exhale, inhale. Okay, that is the design of the turbo within Siu Lin Tau set. So when we talk about this, is practicing internal art. We know exactly what it is. And as for how long we do this, it depends on how long one's breathing. And we know this is the exhale phase, this is the inhale phase. Okay, that's how it is. Usually, when people screw up in this thing, is they put their thumb down and keeping force the hold on their wrist and try to pull back. That jam everything. That's not going to do the collect, except sensing, tracking. Okay, so this is the difference. And so this is two concepts. So you ask me, so how come people do this thing, okay, as Wu Sao? Well, that is something which is we need to watch out for Siu Lin Tau. Siu Lin Tau is really detailed and hidden a lot of things there. So tracking, right? Tracking, lightweight tracking. And suddenly, if somebody apply a force or I want to issue force, so what did I do? Okay, when the thumb get down, right away you issue. But in a usual practice Siu Lin Tau, you don't do that because you want to fit your inhale, exhale, the 3-4 and everything. But whenever I want to issue that crispy short power, right away from the inhale I change to exhale, the meridian change from chest out, the reaction force shoot up. Take in, shoot out, okay? That's how it plays in the Siu Lin Tau sets. Okay? Now, the next two applications concept is this. These days, we do this part of Siu Lin Tau range from either this way or this way, okay, this way or this way, okay. Well, how is it done? According to the science, it is actually this way, not this way, not this way either. It is this way. Okay. This is called open, kai. This is called he, close, close. Open, close. These two concepts. Okay. When you open, you notice that this is like a sphere, open up. Okay. Or like a balloon, it expands. Okay. Now, the force flow of this is actually expanding, okay, upward, outward, expanding, upward, outward, okay, like a balloon expanding and it's ready to blow, okay. That is how the force handling, okay. The breathing is inhale, inhale, and the channel is from the three yang channel to the head. So this is inhale. And for the close is actually contracting, okay, inward, okay, downward. This is an exhale. So you see, inhale phase, exhale phase, one breath. Okay, so one breathing you have one inhale and one exhale. Okay, that is how it is. The applications. Don't we always use this? You see this? This is the one. Open up. Okay, expand. Upward. Outward. This is the strike. Okay? As for the close, same thing. Okay? Contract, inward, downward. So this is where it comes from. And you'll notice that the breathing is different phase and they're using different chi meridian flow. For the contract is the breathing is exhale phase and the chi channel is flowing from chest to the palm. So this is always one positive, one negative, one inhale, exhale. Okay, the chi channel there is the yang channel, and then going down yin channel. One is expanding, one is contracting. So it's not everything like I need the structure, I need to push. No, this is a different concept. Okay, it's more than just I have to stand the structure, I have to hold here and then I have to push. Okay, that's what I call a motorcycle, a bicycle. We have here a motorcycle, a turbo, with dealing with force flow, breathing flow, and channel flow. There's the turbo. Okay. It's not Tai Chi, not Xing Yi, it's Wing Chun. It's not 峨眉十二桩, it's not White Crane, it's Wing Chun. We do not deny that Wing Chun come from 峨眉十二桩 and the White Crane mother art, but it is a different art. Okay, so this is the third and fourth application concept, and of course you can use anywhere you want. Okay, and there's no fix, because in application there's no fix. But once one have this engine developed and this know this concept or application and practice it in the Siu Lin Tau set, it's all there to be used as needed. It's not just everything have to like this. Okay, this is a turbo motorcycle, not a bicycle. Now, the last concept I want to share today is what we call the Lin Xiu Dai Da, or eliminate in the same time with striking, or striking in the same time with eliminations. Okay? This move never is this way. It is ridiculous if we're thinking we just mimic this and this can come magic power. Because this is only moving your elbow and your shoulder. The most you push it. A small guy which is 100 pound versus a 200 pound guy, you know the limitations there for the muscle and the tendon and so forth, and the bones. That's not how it is. What's that? This thing is a tore. It's a tore down. My body tore and tore. Okay? This is preparing for the closed body tour. So all this is preparing for closed body tour. It's not out there anymore. It's for closed body tour. So this is not this. This is this. Okay? And the tour is the force flow type, the momentum type. The breathing is exhale. Okay? And then the chi flow is from chest to the palm. That's how it is. One other thing we need to watch out. Wing Chun hidden a lot of things. Bong Sao is hidden there. This is hidden there. See? When I am pressing this thing down in a spiral way, this is the Bong Sao. This hidden there. That's why in the ancient time we said Wing Chun always have half point, like the 6-point half pole, half point. The half point is what is Wing Chun hidden there. It won't show you, but you will execute when it's needed. Okay, so Wing Chun never have an end like one strike is done. No, there's something else there, waiting for the next executions if it's needed. Okay, it's not end with one strike. Okay, so this is the Lin Xiu Dai Da, meaning that I actually take the force, vanish or neutralize the force here, spin away the force here, and entering. Okay, so instead of pushing this way, when this comes, I just spin the thing off in the same time. I shoot down. I can bomb, and then the arm is there. Okay, and that is the ancient Bong Sao. Somehow somebody in the line edit become this. That create trouble because it opened up this rib cage and it caused a discontinuity or breakdown of this part, the shoulder part, shoulder blade, and the trunk. Okay, and this become a moving the limb. It no longer have the turbo. Okay. So this is the 5 concepts I like to share with you in Siu Lin Tau. Let's put it back into the Siu Lin Tau. Every lineage. Let's upgrade, update. Okay. From today, no need to get into this mind, into this. Let's talk for the whole 65 years and past 65 years or 100 years, whatever how long it is. It go nowhere. Okay, and then keep people keeping import meditation, qigong, for what? We even import something which is people doing wrong already. Okay, as I told you that some Tai Chi sets, by evidence in 1950 when they study, is problematic. So this is what I like to share with you today, and I hope all these 5 basic concepts is in your Siu Lin Tau here on. There's many inside that, because Siu Lin Tau, in order to be small details, it has to be really precision, accurate, concise, okay, and it know what it's doing. Otherwise, it cannot be Siu Lin Tau. You cannot just standing there like a robot, mimic or playing Chinese ballet and expecting that thing can be used in combat or even help. It doesn't work that way. Okay, and just by putting mindfulness and mind power in, that's just terminology. So finally, if you ask me, so where's the mind come in? Well, the mind come in to what? To manage that 3 flow. That need mind. But without the 3 flow, what's the mind for? If we don't have the turbo motorcycle, what are we riding? Bicycle? Are we trying to pedal a bicycle, make believe that it is a turbo motorcycle? So here is what I'd like to share with you today.